A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. As President Joe Biden approaches the final days of his administration, the call for further student loan debt forgiveness is growing louder among Democratic lawmakers and advocacy groups. On Wednesday, a coalition of prominent Democrats, including Senators Bernie Sanders and Ed Markey, urged Education Secretary Miguel Cardona to expedite the processing of borrower defense applications for an estimated 400,000 individuals who have been defrauded by their colleges. These borrowers, who have already submitted extensive documentation demonstrating their victimization, are anxiously awaiting relief from their burdensome student loans. These borrowers completed an onerous application to demonstrate that they were victims of fraud, but the department has yet to act, the lawmakers expressed in a letter to the Education Department. Throughout Biden's presidency, the Education Department has already forgiven over $28 billion in student debt for more than 1.6 million borrowers misled by their educational institutions or whose colleges abruptly closed. However, with the clock ticking, lawmakers are pressing for immediate action to assist those still waiting for their claims to be processed. Critics, including President-elect Donald Trump and Vice President-elect J.D. Vance, have been vocal about their opposition to student loan forgiveness. The Democratic lawmakers pointed out that during the previous administration, many borrowers saw their applications stagnate for years, with many being denied relief altogether. Senator Dick Durbin highlighted the need for the current administration to act swiftly to address the claims of those impacted by predatory for-profit colleges. The urgency is further emphasized by the launch of the Debt Collective's Last 50 Days campaign, which aims to advocate for debt relief for student loan borrowers over the age of 50. With approximately 9 million Americans in this age group carrying an average student loan balance exceeding $45,000, the stakes are high. Braxton Brewington, a spokesperson for the Debt Collective, stated, "Student debtors are going to get wrecked by the Trump administration, and that's going to be the most painful for older Americans. The least Biden can do is help the borrowers who are quite literally running out of time." Despite Biden's previous efforts to provide widespread debt relief, his initiatives have been hampered by legal challenges from Republican lawmakers. As the administration nears its conclusion, the pressure mounts on Biden to fulfill promises made to those burdened by student debt. In a recent press conference, Senators Durbin and Markey, alongside various activist groups, reiterated their call for the Department of Education to finalize the forgiveness process for borrowers who attended defunct or predatory institutions. They emphasized the moral obligation to assist these individuals who have already been wronged. The Biden administration's previous announcements regarding student loan forgiveness have included provisions for 560,000 borrowers from Corinthian colleges and 208,000 from ITT Technical Institute. However, many of those who were promised relief are still awaiting the fulfillment of their claims, with at least 145,000 former Corinthian students still in limbo. Meanwhile, House Education Committee Chairwoman Virginia Foxx has criticized the Biden administration's efforts, labeling them as blatantly illegal and demanding that the Department of Education abandon its latest proposed forgiveness scheme. Foxx argues that taxpayers should not be held responsible for covering the debts of others, raising concerns about the legality and fairness of the administration's actions. As the Biden administration prepares to hand over the reins to the incoming Trump administration, the fate of student loan borrowers hangs in the balance. The next few weeks will be crucial in determining whether additional relief can be granted before the transition occurs. With both sides of the political spectrum firmly entrenched in their positions, the debate over student loan forgiveness is far from over, and the implications for millions of Americans remain significant. In conclusion, the urgency for student loan debt forgiveness is palpable as President Biden's time in office dwindles. With significant pressure from lawmakers and advocacy groups, the administration's actions in the coming weeks will be closely scrutinized, as many borrowers hope for a lifeline before the new administration takes office. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, so hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.